Okay, before we begin today, let's see, my low, my high, my act of kindness. Well, my low is I keep forgetting to say celebrate pride within you and around you throughout Pride Month. Seriously, I stink at trying to celebrate Pride Month when I really want to, and the sad part is, I'm actually doing a better job of doing that this year than last year. Because you remember last year, I didn't even talk remotely about Pride Month until like June 30th. So, I guess in that regard, I'm doing better. Although, I just realized that today is Flag Day, and before I get into this week's manga chapter, I'll say a little something about that. My high was I got to spend some time yesterday morning with my dad. It was nice. And my act of kindness, actually another high, and completing my act of kindness is another thing that gave me my high, and that was, my act of kindness, was my father was going to stain the front, porch of our cottage Cuckoo Lake, and I removed all of the patio furniture off of it. So, there's just like an empty porch with like the tree that's there for shade. So, there we go. So, good morning, happy Monday, everyone. And there's something that I need to be brought to attention. As you all know, today is Flag Day, but today also holds another sort of important thing of significance. Now, I've told the story in detail of when I had contemplated suicide. And it was the death of one Andrew Einstein, who had also committed suicide, that I saw my brothers band together in a time of, great depression. And, they saved my life. I got over it, all that. This video will be dedicated to the Einstein family because today is actually Andrew Einstein's birthday. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Andrew Einstein was a student I knew at Trinity Pauling who was actually my teammate for cross country. And I'll never actually forget when he arrived, because I had arrived before he did. And I already established myself as a pretty decent runner on the cross country team. I was on the cusp of reaching number 7. And then Andrew Einstein shows up out of the blue, and great. Now I'm 8 or 9. See, in cross country, you want to be in the top 7 if you want to go to all the important races and everything. Which I eventually was able to do, though technically it was, admittedly, it was really because one guy ended up getting kicked out, and another got injured. But still, I wound up making it. But darn Andrew Einstein, if he didn't make it harder for me than it already was. I'll never forget one practice. It was the beginning of practice and we were doing warm-ups. Warm-up stretches and everything. And, it's Trinity Pauling. We're guys. You're going to make some guy-related jokes. We're coming up with names for all the dormitories. And we were sort of making them somewhat inappropriate ever. There's this one dormitory on campus called Barstow. And then I said Bar Stoners. Andrew Einstein was the only one who laughed at that. That's actually that's a memory I have of him. I also mentioned how whenever I talk about me winning the Sean McCabe Award at Trinity Pauling, Andrew Einstein ended up getting the Coach's Award, as it was the coach who deemed Andrew Einstein overall the best runner that we had. Personally, I thought our team captain was the best runner we had. He was the fastest guy we had, but that's just how it is, I suppose. Then again, it really wouldn't make sense if the captain also gets an award. So I guess it would make sense that, you don't want the captain to have the captain's award and the coach's award. That wouldn't be fair. I guess he wanted to distribute it to the three possible awards to anyone who legitimately deserved them, which I guess that's fair. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But yes, this video will be dedicated to the Einstein family. May this wish all of you well. I hope you're doing well down in South Carolina, because they're from South Carolina. And, you know, it's on my bucket list to actually go down, visit his gravesite, and get a bouquet of flowers, you know, put on his gravesite, which he was really big into his state of South Carolina, so to keep the South Carolina theme, I would get a bouquet of the state flower of South Carolina, which, fun fact, is known as the yellow jessamine. It's actually a very pretty flower. I'll be sure to try to put a link in the description of what it looks like down below. But anyway, we have a One Piece manga chapter read, so let's begin. Okay, let's see. Oh. We have a break this week. Man, I don't want a break. Lame. Well, so much for doing a chapter reaction the day after Father's Day. But at least I'm guaranteed to be, hopefully I'll be guaranteed to do a chapter review the day after 4th of July. Maybe. We'll have to see. So, without further ado, Scott load. Hold on. There we go. Without further ado, chapter 1016. It's me, Otama. Okay, we're at the fire festival in the flower capital of Wano. Okay, it's Otoko and Tengu-sama. Okay. That's really sweet. During the fire festival, they have a giant fire that is supposed to shine so bright. Because the fire festival is supposed to celebrate the dead. Kind of like El Dia de los Muertos in a way. And the fires are so high, so the people up in heaven can see them. Which is actually very nice. Very, very sweet sort of thing. And I love how the innocence of Toko here is just so... Seriously, Toko is literally the most precious thing we've gotten in this entire arc. She needs to be protected at all costs. Okay? I'm just saying. Alright? Okay, now we're back in the raid. Let's see what's going on. Okay, we have an update from CP0. Ooh. And they go back to that one game where, like, all the, black pieces are represented as the bad guys, and all the white pieces are represented as the good guys. They said the name of the game a few chapters ago, but for life of me, I can't remember what it was. Okay, it looks like another 5,000 soldiers are out of the bag, making the strength, the bad guys 24,000, and the good guys 3,000. But a lot of the pledges and waiters on the performance floor have rebelled against Queen, and that was over 4,000 of them. So now it's 20,000 for the bad guys versus 7,000 for the good guys. Definitely better numbers if I were to say anything. But they didn't even include all the gifters. The gifters that Tom has been recruiting. If they can pull off getting all the gifters on the good guys' side, it's really going to change the flow of battle. Okay, let's see. There's Battle Huang. Okay. She has to try and relay the message that Momonosuke has fallen. Okay, I think I'm starting to see what kind of chapter this is. But let's keep reading. Okay. Oh, good, Zeus. Hey, Zeus. Are you really now a permanent part of the climate task? You know what? I'm all for this. I like Zeus. And Zeus has his little hat. Zeus has a little hat. I like his little hat. Anyway, okay, so, How is Ulti still standing after everything she's been through? Can someone take her out, please? Oh, thank you, Nami. Ooh. Apparently, thanks to Zeus now being part of the climate attack, he can transform himself into lots of things. In a cartoony kind of way, too. Alright. That's actually something interesting. Years ago, back when Oda was coming up with the series, Nami's original weapon was supposed to be an axe. A big, big axe. Zeus can Zeus here just transformed himself into a mace. So basically, if Zeus is able to transform himself into any kind of weapon, he can transform into an axe. So axe-wielding Nami will be a real thing. Okay. Oh, also fun fact about Nami, she was supposed to be part cyborg too. Again, this was like in the late 90s when Oda was coming up with this stuff, so what can you do? Okay. This is easily like the most powerful force that Nami has, and I'm so glad she's actually fighting someone. And it looks like she just won. So, thank you, Nami, and thank you, Zeus. May you please, please, please be a permanent part of the team. Please. I would very much like that. Zeus is cool. We like Zeus. Okay. Oh. Huh. It's funny, Bao Huang turned on her announcement ability so she could say the moment Elsuke's fallen. And in the process, in saying that Ulti went down, she just said that two of the Toby Robo are out of the fight. And everyone in the entire place heard her. This is an insanely important thing. I'll explain in a minute. Let's see what else. Okay. Looks like we're at the end of the chapter. Alright, looks like Kaido went back into his human beast hybrid form fighting Yamato. And I like how Yamato said that he, and yes, it has been confirmed that even though Yamato clearly looks like a woman, he is a he. Maybe they'll explain that at some point, I don't know. But Yamato is a he, and I will refer to him as a he. I'll be using he in pronouns. Anyway, okay. So not only in the end of this chapter does Yamato pretty much just confirmed himself to be like the 11th member of the Straw Hat crew. Most likely. But he also appears to have Conqueror's Haki. Which, if you're going to be the son of Kaido, and you're going to be as strong as you are, you want to even call yourself Kozuki Oden, which is what you've been doing the entire time. Yeah, I'd be back in Conqueror's Haki too. I love this chapter. This chapter was fan-flippin-tastic. And I'll tell you why. And if ever you watch a battle in fiction, or you hear about a battle in real life, literally there are lots of things in a battle in which the tiniest change can completely change the flow of everything in a battle, right? What happened here was quite possibly the most underrated, yet still most critical aspects of a battle. And that is the war for information. The kind of information in which, depending on what's been said, it either boosts or lowers morale. In this case, it boosts morale for the good guys, because they know that two of their higher-ups are now down for the count. Ulti in page 1. It's bad for the bad guys because their morale is slowly getting lowered. Now, yes, we still have a long way to go before it's over. For sure we have a long way to go before it's over. But considering that what's happened so far and what Otama is about to do, quite possibly changing all of the beast pirates into allies for us, thanks to her ability and how she'll manipulate the gifters, hopefully. We pretty much just have the remaining of the Tobiropo. So Sasaki, Huzu, and Black Maria, which they actually showed Sasaki, Huzu, and Black Maria, and it looks like they've all been taking battle damage from their respective fights with the Straw Hats, so that'll be interesting. We have Jack, Queen, and King that are left. And then Big Mom and Kaio. Yeah, we have a 2-week break, but I think we're in a pretty good spot here. I really think we are. So, yeah, it bothers me that we do have a 2-week break. But, again, this is a good spot. I'll suck it up and live with it. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe button. Follow me on social platforms, on YouTube. I'm very home in this video. For all of you guys are watching Joe for today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Remember, you guys want to talk channels, we here to London and I'll see you back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.